Today on our 2017 Toyota Highlander, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the CURT Class 3 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C13200. This is what our hitch looks like when it's installed. It has a nice round cross tube design, contours with the shape of the vehicle. It's going to be a Class 3, 2" by 2" with a 5/8" hitch pinhole. It's going to have a flat plate design safety chain hookup. It's got plenty of space for many different size safety chain hooks. This hitch is going to have a 900-pound max tongue weight, which is a downward force on your receiver tube. It's also going to have a 6,000-pound max gross trailer weight, which includes everything loaded on the trailer. Now, you can use weight distribution with this hitch. It's going to be a 900-pound max tongue weight. However, it's going to be an 8,000-pound max gross trailer weight. I do recommend you check your owner's manual to make sure your vehicle can withstand that amount of weight. Now we will give you a couple measurements to help you when deciding on any hitch mounted accessories you may need, such as a bike rack, ball mount, or cargo carrier. From the center of the hitch pinhole to the outermost part of the bumper will be about 2 inches. From the ground to the top innermost part of the receiver tube will be about 16.5 inches. Now let's show you how to get this installed. So to begin our installation, what we need to do is we need to take down this panel here. You notice there's a couple of bolts here that are holding it on and a couple of pull tabs. And then you're going to have two plastic nuts up here. We're just going to set this aside for now. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to pull out these caps right here. On the passenger side of the vehicle, we're going to use a 17mm socket, and we're going to remove our tow hook. Now here on our passenger side, we're going to take out this bolt and that bolt. Now what we're going to do is we're going to trim this tab right here back so our hitch will fit in here. So we're going to trim it per our instructions. Next, with an extra set of hands, go ahead and install our hitch. We're going to come up over our exhaust. This way. What we're going to do is we're going to take our bolt, our Konica tooth washer, and make sure the teeth are facing up toward the hitch. Now that we have a couple of bolts in holding up our hitch, we're going to go ahead and install the rest of our hardware. Now we'll repeat the same process on the other side of the vehicle. And take note, the bolts that we removed over on the passenger side, we're going to replace it with the hardware that comes in our kit. We're going to take a 19mm socket and we're going to tighten everything up. And we're going to repeat that same process on the other side. Now that we have all of our hardware tightened, we're going to torque it down to the specifications and the instructions. Next, for our underbody panel that we took off, we're going to have to trim it. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to trim this off. We're going to have to trim this off. What I did is I just took a paint marker and I marked the area that I needed to cut off. I'm just using a cutting bit. You can also use a cutting wheel. It's just plastic. You can also use a utility knife. So as you can see, our bolt holes aren't quite lining up, and where I cut isn't quite enough. So we're going to go ahead and make a little adjustment. We know it's hitting a hitch here. We only need to go about that much. Now that we have our holes lining up, we can reinstall our hardware that we removed. And keep in mind, you are going to have an extra push pin that would go right here. But remember, we have to cut that off for the hitch. Now we'll go ahead and tighten everything up. And that'll do it for the CURT Class 3 trailer hitch receiver, part number C13200 on our 2017 Toyota Highlander.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.